Hello guys, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much guys for coming back. My name is Cynthia. If you're here for the first time, you're welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing us how to make this overall jumpsuit. It's an overall Bubu jumpsuit. So I have my fabric here. I have 3 yards of crepe fabric. My fabric is already folded into two. I'm cutting out the front first. So I will first of all mark 2.5 inches. So I'll mark 2.5 inches. The top part here. Make a line here. I'll be using this for the elastic. This is for the elastic folding. Any measurement I'm taking will start from here. This jumpsuit is an off-shoulder jumpsuit. So I'll be minusing 6 inches for the off-shoulder. I'll place my tape also and minus 6 inches. Take my bust measurement, which is 11 inches. My shoulder to bust is 11 inches. My shoulder to waist is 17.5 inches. Waist to hip is 9 inches. Sorry guys, there's a line here. I marked out this line. This is 3 inches line. So I marked 3 inches. I'm supposed to measure that before I started. So I marked 3 inches all the way to the length. I'll be using these 3 inches as we move on. 3 inches. Right on the side here. So we place the crotch line. To get the crotch line, you divide your hip measurement by 4. Because the jumpsuit, I will add extra 3 inches to it. That's 14.5 inches here. This is the waistline. Right from the waistline, I will mark 14.5 inches. And the jumpsuit full length is, I will minus the 6 inches for the off shoulder. So mark 62 inches plus sewing allowance. That's the length of the jumpsuit. So I'm going to take the measurement. Any measurement I'm taking it right from here. Not from here, from here. So I'll take the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement is 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I will add extra 2 inches to the shoulder because I'll be adding elastic there. Instead of marking 8 inches, I'll mark 10 inches. I'll mark extra ½ inch for sewing allowance. So altogether is 10.5 inches. So I'll place a quarter of the bust measurement right on the bust line here. A quarter of the bust measurement is 10.5 inches. I will add extra 3 inches for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. I will connect it here. This is my armhole. So I will go to the waistline. I will mark a quarter of the waist measurement. That's 8.5 inches. I will add extra 3 inches and 1 inch for sewing allowance because it's a free jumpsuit. And this is the hip line. I will do the same thing for the hip line. I'll place a quarter of the hip measurement, 11.5 inches. I will mark extra 3 inches for ease and 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'll mark the same thing right on the crotch line here. I'll go ahead and connect it from the bust to the waist, from waist to the hip. So I will check what I have here. So I I have 15.5 inches here. I'll still mark this 15.5 inches right on the bottom part. I'll be working on the crotch line. I will go to the crotch line here and add my crotch extension. My hip measurement is 46 inches divided by 4 is 11.5 inches. I will still divide that 11.5 inches by 4. So I'll come to the crotch line here and mark 2.9. I'll round it to 2.9 instead of 2.8. Mark 2.9 here. I'll go inside 1 inch from this angle and connect it from the hip line. I'll bring it down. I'll just add this ½ inch sewing allowance here. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is the front. I will lay the back on the table. The back is also folded into 2. So I will lay this against the back. If you're cutting out the material for the back, make sure the back is wider than the front. I will extend the back crouch. For the back crouch extension, I'll mark 2.5 inches. I will go to the side here. I will mark 1.5 inches. So sewing allowance is already added to the front side. So I'll make a curve here and connect it. I'll mark 2 inches, 2 inches, the back side. Connect it like so. That's it for the back. I will cut it out. So I'll make a notch here. I'll be folding this inside. That's it for the cutting. I'll be cutting out the sleeve. So we'll be cutting out the sleeves. I folded my fabric into 2. I'll mark out 2.5 inches. So I'll be using this for the elastic folding. I'll minus my shoulder from my round shoulder. My shoulder is 16 inches. Front is 16 inches and the back is 16 inches. That's 32 inches. My round shoulder is 46 inches. If I minus 32 from 46 inches, I'll be left with 14 inches. Let me repeat it again. To get my sleeve measurement, I'll minus the shoulder from the round shoulder. The front shoulder is 16 inches and the back is 16 inches. 16 plus 16 is 32 inches. And my round shoulder is 46 inches. So I'll minus 32 from 46 inches. 46 minus 32 is 14 inches. So I'm going to be using 14 inches for both sleeves. Because it's both sleeves, I'll divide the 14 inches by 2. One side of the sleeve will be 7 inches and the other side is 7 inches. Because I folded my fabric into 2, I will still divide the 7 inches by 2. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5 inches. I'll be adding 1.5 inches to it because of the elastic. Then add extra 1 inch for sewing allowance. My sleeve length is 17 inches. I'll still place it at -6 inches for the off shoulder. I'll add extra 2 inches for folding. I'll -6 inches to get the bust line. 11 inches. So we take this here and so and make a curve here. And then we bring this down. I just want it free. Let me match the armhole together. I'll match the armhole so you can see they are aligned. I'll cut out the sleeves. I've successfully cut out 2 sleeves. So we go ahead and put the fabric together. I'll use my 1/2 inch sewing allowance to stitch up here. That's the crotch line. And stitch the sleeve side. I will stitch the sleeve side. So guys, I'm done joining the crotch area. I'm not adding zip to the back side. I stitch up the back crotch and the front crotch. My fabric is a little bit stretchy. I added a little bit of allowance to it. It's very wide enough to go through. So if yours is not wide enough, you will have to add zip to it. And if your material is not that stretchy, mine has a little bit of stretch. That is why I'm not adding zip to the back side. So I'll be joining the front and the back together. Right side facing right side. I will use 1 inch to stitch the side. 1 inch is my sewing allowance. I will stitch it all the way to the length. I will do the same thing for the side. And then stitch up this crotch area. I will match it up together. Stitch it right from here, this midpoint, to the side. And stitch this side also. Make sure you double stitch here. Stitch it from here to the side. I'm done joining the front and the back together. I will attach the sleeve to it. I already attached this side. I'll match this in together. Take this to the side. And take this to this side. I will use 1/2 inch to stitch them together. I've already done the other side. So after I've done that, I will fold the neck here. I've already used my overlock machine to tidy up the edges. So I'll fold it like so. I'll measure 2.5 inches. That's my folding allowance. This is 2.5 inches. I will fold it round. After folding it, I will stitch it very close to the tip here. Stitch it round. So after stitching this round, I will measure 1 inch up. Stitch right on this 1 inch round again. This is where we insert the elastic. I'm done stitching the elastic case. So I left 1 inch open here. This is where my elastic will pass through. I'll measure here and use it to cut out the elastic. So this is how I normally do mine. I'll measure here. When I measure here, I have about 34 inches. I'm using half of the shoulder plus 1 inch for the elastic. I'll insert it through this 1 inch I left open. I will take it round and pass it through this side. I'll stitch up the elastic and stitch the 1 inch I left open here. Hem the lower part with 1 inch. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share my videos, subscribe if you're here for the first time. I will see you in my next one. Love you. Bye.